Now, welcome viewers. Today we are looking at oral literature. Oral literature. Many people want to know what oral literature is. And here is a simple definition of oral literature. A work of art which is spoken, acted, or performed, and whose medium is the word. Oral literature, usually owned by a community, is passed from one generation to the other through the word of mouth. Now we have many reasons as to why we study oral literature. One, it fosters unity. When people come together to enjoy genres of oral literature, they get united in the form of entertainment provided by the genre or the genres of oral literature. It's a good way of preserving our culture. And we can see this in narratives such as myths that tell us the origin of some communities or major events in a community. There are many communities that believe to have come or to have originated in some, supernatural ways, and that can only be provided by oral literature genres, as we're going to see. Oral literature promotes nation building through genres like work songs. When songs are sung when people are working, they are energized to work even more. The enormity of the work is reduced by the entertainment. It's a source of entertainment for that reason. Therefore, people find pleasure in consuming these genres of oral literature. Oral literature also provides a platform for socialization. People come together to enjoy these genres and socialize. Also, this is a good career subject. People are earning a living out of teaching and performing or working in the industry of oral literature. And lastly, literature educates. So does oral literature. The moral lessons, the messages we get, the language aspects that we develop when enjoying the genres of oral literature are all forms of education that we can say are attributed to the learning of oral literature. Now, we have different genres of oral literature. They are categorized into oral narratives, oral poems, sometimes referred to songs. We have tongue twisters. We have riddles. Riddles are actually puzzles or conundrums. We have proverbs, short, terse statements that are full of wit and messages commonly used by the elderly in the traditional community setup. We have jokes, modern kind of genre. We can classify it under literature, genres of oral literature, if it is spoken or performed by the word of mouth. Now, we'll look at these genres one after the other and the categories under each. We'll start with oral narratives. Oral narratives are stories or tales that are told by word of mouth. They are usually performed before an audience. We have different types of oral narratives, ranging from legends which are stories of heroes, you know, stories of heroes in a community. These heroes sometimes possess some supernatural powers, and their main agenda is to protect their community from evil. When you look at maybe legends in a broader perspective, we see these great people as they come up, rise to their climax, saving people, saving themselves, but later, in most legends, they die or they fall out of their own weaknesses. An example is the legend of Luanda Magere, a story from a community from the lower Western Kenya about a hero who saved his community but only later died as a result of disrespecting his elders who wanted to stop him from marrying a beautiful woman from their rival community. We have myths, narratives that talk about the origin of a community or a major event in a community. Most of the characters in these narratives are spirits, supernatural characters, and humans. I like comparing or deriving examples from the Bible about creation stories, and maybe some people talk about the origin of death. All those are good examples of myths. They are usually believed to be true by the communities that own them. The next one is referred to as ogre or monster narratives. In this case, the main characters are neither human beings nor animals, but they are just imagined beings who are usually evil and are out to harm people. We have many examples. Maybe given time, we will look at them. The next type is trickster narratives, which are narratives that have a character or more tricking or using their trickery on others for their own selfish gain. And we will look at examples later. The next type is ideological narratives, also referred to as explanatory narratives. These ones talk about why something or a natural phenomenon is the way it is. For example, we have stories that talk about why the zebra is striped. Those are examples of ideological narratives. Lastly, we have what we call dilemma narratives. These are stories that provide the audience with two or more choices, and none of which are easy to make. In most cases, these choices are unpleasant, and one has to make one at the end of the day. We call them dilemma narratives. Now, these are 6 major or specific categories of oral narratives, all of which may fall under these two shown here, human tales and fables. When a narrative has all characters of human beings, we call them human tales. When they have all characters as animals, then they are referred to as fables. But I would advise my students to always use the specific categories when answering questions. Now, all these narratives, as we are going to see later, have what we call common characteristics or features that are common among them. One being the opening formula, usually evident in words such as once upon a time, a long time ago, in the beginning, etc. We have the closing formula, evident in words such as that is the end of the story, from there on, among other phrases. Personification involves giving of non-living things, or non-human things, human qualities. We have examples in animals talking, trees whistling, rocks walking, or crying, etc. So giving the non-human beings abilities that are on or displayed by human beings is what we call personification. Dialogue. This is a conversation or conversations as used in oral narratives, conversations between or among characters. Timelessness is another feature. Not many, or actually none of these narratives will identify the exact historical time when the events happened. They just say a long, long time ago, in the beginning, or once upon a time, without specifying the exact time of the occurrence of events. We have repetition of action. For instance, a narrative may have a sentence or a clause that says someone fell and fell and fell, or they pulled and pulled and pulled, they walked and walked and walked, or just have a whole sentence repeated in one way or the other. Moral lessons are usually learned from almost all the oral narratives. They are meant to educate, and therefore that is seen as a moral lesson. We have use of animal characters. Most oral narratives use animal characters to talk about human behavior, to represent human qualities. Then we have use of idiophones. These are sounds made by actions, e.g., pata pata or wooey, among others. They are not vocabularies, but just sounds. We have onomatopoeia. These are words that describe sounds, and they sound like the sounds themselves. For example, we have the hissing of a snake, the banging of a door, the roaring of a lion, cracking of a glass, moaning of a cow, meowing of a cat, or growling of a lion. Then most oral narratives lack geographical specificity. There is no specification of the geographical setting of the events in the narrative. That is a common feature. Lastly, we have elements of fantasy. Most narratives tend to have aspects of our actions or things that are not possible in the human world, like people going to heaven and holding a meeting there and coming back, or animals holding parties in heaven and coming back. Naturally, it's not possible in the human world, and we refer to that as fantasy. Now, to end the discussion on oral narratives, we have what we call qualities of a good storyteller. For one to enjoy a story, the storyteller must have the following qualities among many others. One, they must be confident. They must have a good memory to memorize the story. They must be creative so that they don't just produce or perform or give what they have crammed or memorized, but adjust it in the course of performance to suit the interest of the audience. So they have to be creative. They must be able to use performance aspects like body movements, gestures, and facial expressions, as these are the palm wine with which the narratives are eaten. They must have a good command of the language. The more beautiful a language is used, the more beautifully a language is used, the more entertaining the item will be. We have use of tonal variation. A good storyteller must be able to vary their tone to suit the, the item being performed. Vary the tone from soft to hoarse, from deep to smooth, or maybe imitate characters. Imitate the voices of characters. That makes the performance more interesting. Now, away with oral narratives, we go to songs or oral poems. These are verses, usually organized in stanzas and lines, to communicate a condensed message. A lot of ideas communicated in a condensed form, organized in stanzas and lines. Types of oral poems or songs. We can have many classifications in songs and oral poems, but more commonly, we can look at the following. One, we can talk of dirges or funeral songs, birth songs, love songs, child play songs, wedding or marriage songs, work songs, war songs, initiation songs, circumcision songs, lullabies, sacred or religious songs, political songs, praise songs or songs of praise, among many other categories. Now, songs, just like oral narratives, have common features. And for today, we'll end there and expect more in our next session.